Hello YouTube and welcome back to the nation of free to play. I'm Mondstadt and as you can see we have a new version of Stygian Onslaught for version Luna 8, and in this video I'm gonna clear the fearless level on my F2P account. And yes, as you can see I did end up pulling for Sandrone, no dedicated video, but we will see her in action very shortly. As for the bosses, we have a new boss, the Shadow of Precursor's Secret Source Matrix of Overseer Network, the Ball. So this boss wants super conduct or stellar conduct damage, so Sandrone shill. You can do it with Yamiko, you can do it without Yamiko. Sandrone is definitely the easiest character to get through. Then we have the dog who gives a rerun. So we have this Luna damage shill boss yet again. If you don't have a Luna team by now, it's going to be very difficult to get through. And then we have the Secret Source Automaton configuration device. So the one that spawns phlogiston pillars. So this is basically a nightsoul shill boss. Mavuika, but also Sitlali and other Natlan units should have a pretty straightforward and easy time against this enemy. Okay, starting out with Sandrone. Since I do not have Yai, I ended up using a Escoffier, Farina and Inefa as I need some electro application. And Mabedu is not C6, other than that she would also be an option. Bear in mind that this is definitely not the best Sandrone gameplay you ever see, as she's pretty new on my account and I just get used to playing her, but I really like her gameplay. And also, spoiler warning, it's gonna be a pretty close clear in terms of time, and I was confused why. And when we look at my builds later on, that will explain it, I think. But for now, you can see her gameplay in action. And while the shield of this ball boss is not really any challenge if you can just target the 4 summons in the air, plus you deal stellar conduct damage. So Sandrone breaks this shield in no time and also then deals significant damage to the boss. This is the second phase where we do it all over again, some electro application. There's not really a point in bursting on Farina in this team. A stellar conduct damage will not benefit from damage bonus. So she's just here for some Hydro app. And well, tenacity of the Millilith. One quick burst in here, and as you can see there's not that much to talk about against this boss. If you have the shield character, it's obviously pretty simple. I hope you can forgive me that I didn't bash my head against the wall for like hours to clear with a different team, but instead I just used the latest 5-star in Genshin Impact. And this is the last rotation. As I said, it's pretty tight in terms of spare time, but we'll get to the reason why. So this is the first boss and it's done. Then we have the Lord of Hidden Depths, aka the dog, who really wants Luna damage to get rid of the small 4 summons, the chickens so to speak. And since my only Luna DPS is Zibai, I went for her. Yes, Mavuika meld with optimized combos and ideally a signature weapon here or there can get through, but my Mavuika can't, so I hope that by now you have at least some Luna characters that can make this work. If you do have a full team, whether it's Flint's, Nefer or Zibai, you shouldn't have any problems against this one, especially if you have Columbina as well. So nothing special here either, pretty straightforward combos and trying to get rid of the HP bar as fast as possible with my full Luna crystallized team. Zibai and Linnea are on 3-star weapons here, so even though it's not really a 4-star clear, but it's still rather F2P friendly in terms of builds. While Columbina is in Prototype Amber and Illua is only at Constellation 2 in this team, so if you have C6 Illua already, you should also see a big upgrade to the team damage. Unfortunately, my pulls back then were not really blessed with Illua's But yeah, here we almost cleared, but then he got the shield again, so well, we had to break it one more time. And again, if you have lunar damage, you just want to target the dog. If you don't have lunar damage, you want to target the small summons. That's basically the rule of thumb here. And now we finish it. Could probably try again to get a better time, but I wanted to get this clear out as fast as possible. And lastly, we have the nightsoul shill boss, the secret source automaton configuration device. I decided to go for Mavuika overload as I like playing that team way more than Meld, especially with the bike cancels of Mavuika. It's way easier and more comfortable to do these cancels than waiting for Meld and cryo applications and stuff like that. And obviously if you have Yansan, especially at C6, she's better than Fischl, but I do not own Yansan on my account, not even at C0, so C6 Fischl it is. And that also pretty straightforward, just normal rotations, and then once the pillars spawn, you just wanna get up there. Basically any nightsoul unit can do that. And once you broke the two mechanisms, the boss will be stunned, and here you can deal a lot of damage. Just another rotation. Another Mavuika burst, and I'm definitely not the best at these combo optimizations either, but it's definitely better here than in the Meld teams, I can tell you that much. Here the only difficulty is the boss's attacks, the electro attacks, so Chevrus on her own was not always enough healing for me, and damage wise it's not an issue, but I just had to make sure that I stay alive. I think my Fischl got one shot here in the next moment, if I remember correctly. Yes, she did, but since the HP bar is basically already done, I was like, okay, we just do it without Fischl, and finished this boss as well. And that is everything. Those are my clears. Here are my builds, and that explains why Sandrone took a bit long. She's on an R1 prototype Rancor, because my Mavuika is on the R5 title Shadow, which she should be on, and I forgot to change it. So if she was on the correct weapon, it would have been way faster. Since I only have one R5 title Shadow and I don't want to craft another one just before Naya, well, one of them had to take the L. In this case, it was Sandrone. Verena on Fav and Tenacity, and I didn't change Ineffa's build, so she's on Obeyed, even though we don't have anyone on Silken, and like it's not ideal for this team, but it is what it is. We still got the clear. Zibai on the usual build, Harbinger of Dawn, 4-piece Night Sky, pretty decent crit ratio. Then Columbina on Silken, as I said, prototype Amber, just HP, ER, some crit. Try to balance it around that, as all 5-star C0. Linnea, pretty good build on Obeyed as well, Slingshot. And, well, nothing special, Constellation 0 and Talents 110-8. And as I said, Illua is only Constellation 2 on Fav, also on Silken Moon. You could be on Instructor, 2-piece here, but again, I didn't want to change all my builds just to get a couple seconds off, as Fearless is Fearless and the rewards won't change. Here's the title Shadow that Sandrone was missing. Attack Sense, because it's an overload core, C0, 1910. Fischl is in fact on the new set, even though we only have one Hexerei character in this one, but it's just the better set. My Golden Troop is not that strong, she's C6, so it ended up working out. Auron, C6 as well, on 4-piece hero set. And then lastly Chevrus, just a lot of HP, 40,000 HP on 4-piece Noblesse. That's basically all that matters. She is C6, Tennis 199. Those are my builds, and that is my quick little video. It's not really a full guide, it's just my clear, and I hope you still appreciate me sharing that, because yeah, sometimes I have to find workarounds, sometimes I can just use the units that I happen to own on my account, in this case Sandrone, Really happy with her, really excited where she's going once new characters come out. Maybe Odette, maybe Alyosha. I'm very excited to build her and test her with future potential. And with that being said, I'm done for the day. So I hope this video helps you with your clears, maybe gives you some ideas. If you liked it or you learned something, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, as it really helps me out a lot. And with that being said, thanks again for watching, good luck on your clears, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!